First thing to do would be to locate the studs all the way up and down your wall space so you can attach your wall cleats. What I've used is 2x4s for the wall cleats, and all that's going to do is give your bed sets a place to rest. And you're going to remove these when you're done, because the bed set is going to sit on top of this wall cleat, and it's going to attach to every one of your studs. Okay, so 2 screws through the bed set just above the wall cleats is where the bed sets go. All right, we made you this handy dandy little tool, and it's got a mark at 70 inch. You can put the bottom of the headboards there. That would be the very next thing to do, is to mark it on your wall at the 70 inches to the bottom, and then attach your headboard right into place. And I got to tell you, I just love these ladders. All right, so here's your first bed set. It's the left-hand side, and all we've done is set it up on the cleat all the way up to the wall, and then we added a screw. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put this in, and you're going to put 2 screws every place you marked that there was a stud, right through the 2x4 bed sets into the wall studs. Okay, the second thing you're going to want to do with the bed sets is you're going to want to set this center portion into place, and it's the one that has the platform. And then what you're going to do is come down on this side, and you're going to mark with a pin where it stops, and then you're going to pull this piece back out. Okay, so you've got the middle piece out of the bed sets, and what you have is you have the far left side, you have a gaping hole, you have a mark here on the wall, and then you have your far right section of bed set, and you have the ladder just holding it up into position. What you're going to do is take the middle portion of the bed set that you just pulled out and set it right back down into place. And then all of this from the far right hand side pushes down towards the far wall. Okay. Now I told you to set the middle piece in, so it's going to look just like this in place, and then this bed's going to continue on to the end. And what you're going to do is make sure that everything is pushed to the left as hard as you can. And then underneath here, you're going to run 6 screws on each side. On this side here, and on this side here. You notice how the brown board just comes up to the edge here on both sides. I've included another piece of brown board, and you'll cut it to fit this opening. This is the first piece I think you have to cut. And then put screws in it so it matches the pattern on both sides underneath. And then make sure and attach this to the back wall, wherever your studs are at. This will fit. And then on the inside, everything should be really nice and tight, and you'll have screws on every stud, 2 screws in every stud, going through the wall, through this bed set, and into the 2x. And it'll go all the way down, do it all the way down and around the end. And then your bed sets will be done. Okay, the safety rails, I'm kind of one-armed, so bear with me here. The safety rails are going to set up into place just like this one is here, okay? And all it does is it sits on top of the framework and the wall. So this is literally, this piece here is just sitting here. I'm going to grab it in the middle and pull it down so you can kind of see what's going on. It literally just sits right on the bed set. Okay. Second part of the safety rails. Once you get the safety rails in place, you're going to put a total of 10 screws through here. They're 2.5 inches long, and you're just going to put them in to where they run right into this this bed set. And you'll see how nice and tight this is here, this seam here. So it's going to go from wall. It's going to go from wall to the ladder. And if the ladder isn't right here, just like this, just slide it over into place. Hey, this is on the ladder. And basically all you're going to do is lift it up and slide it right into place. This is what it looks like. So it's going to set flush on the floor. It's going to be at an angle. And it's going to sit nice and tight on both sides. Then you're going to attach brackets that we've supplied here and here. And this will get covered here in just a minute. Okay. We're going to do the skirts right now. And the skirts cover the bottom portion of the safety rails that you see here in the picture, and they go across this section right here where my finger's at. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like. That's real pretty, isn't it? Before you put it into place, you're going to want to put some liquid nails there, and then you can staple these with longer brads, or you can screw them into place. There shouldn't be any kind of weight or resistance on them, so it's whatever you feel most comfortable doing. Okay, when installing the brackets on the back side of the safety rail, right here in the middle, you'll see a bracket that's set up here. And you're going to attach this with the screws that are provided. And then there's one that goes on the end, of course one here in the middle, and then one over here by the stairwell. And this one sits right up to the platform and screws in. And then you can see that it does a nice job. You'll put the brown board, the bunkie cover on top of these brackets, on top of these wood slats, and then put the mattress right on top of that. So that'll give them a nice platform to get up onto the bed, and then of course onto the mattress. Okay, I just wanted to make sure and go over this real quick. As a strong note, when you put the bed sets into place, okay, this front face here needs to be flush with the middle piece of the bed set, and it needs to be flush with the right side of the bed set. So all of this, make sure it's flush. If you have some imperfections in your wall, and let's say it's keeping one of these sections out or in, you can shim on the back wall. Just pick you up some shims at Lowe's or whatever, or make you some, and you can shim that out, and you can shim it in to where it's nice and flush all the way down. Hey, I wanted to go over the hardware real fast with you. Platform and headboard screws. These will be labeled in the box. Front skirt screws, the ladder brackets with the screws, the 4-inch screws that go through the bed set into the studs in your wall, 4-inch screws. And then going down into the bed sets themselves, you'll use the larger screws. And then going into the oak safety rails, you're going to use these fine threaded square head screws. Hey, just a real quick, this is what your pallet's going to look like when you get it in. The only thing that's trash on this entire pallet are these uprights and this saran wrap. All the rest of it is your bed, and of course the pallet's just a pallet. All right, thanks guys.